What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Over Average podcast. Thank you again for checking it out, for subscribing. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm your host right here, Robert. We got
Lupe. What's up, guys?
And as you guys can see, Martin's not here today, but he will be on the next one. But we do got a very, very special guest, our first female on the podcast. She is a fucking savage. If you ever seen one, don't let her fucking smile fool you. She is my mom, a.k.a. Sherry, a.k.a. Sunshine. And she has a very, very important or very, very good story to tell us about her adversity and things she's overcame. And we're going to dive into her past, her present, and what else she got planned for the rest of this year. So let's dive in. You got anything you want to ask her, Lupe, before we start?
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I want to ask her, but how about you tell us a little bit of, your upcoming.
No, wait, hold on. My bad. Let's see, what is your occupation? How old are you?
Oh.
And anything like that. Your little bit of background that people who don't know you. Most people do know you, but if they don't know you, go ahead and let them know.
Okay.
Sherry, a.k.a. Sunshine.
Hello, everybody. Sherry. I work for the school district. I am 50, depends who's asking, 52, 55 years old.
About to get exposed out here.
Yeah, I'm about to get exposed. 55 years old. Yeah, and I work for the school district. I grew up in Fontana, went to Fontana High School.
That's it? Okay.
Pretty simple.
Okay. So we said you have a savage story that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, a lot of people can learn from. It's going to help a lot of people, right? So what was one of the first challenges you had in your early childhood?
I would say one of the first challenges I had was when I was 34.
No, your childhood though.
Oh,
like
my childhood,
before that.
like,
Yeah.
That's an old child.
Like,
right
is
there.
it something that stuck out where I was like, man, that was super tough? One of the first memories you had.
I would say probably middle school.
Which middle school did you go to?
I went to Sequoia.
Okay.
So I would say those years were like the most challenging.
They either make you or they break you.
They either make you or break you. It is very true when they say that.
And what did it do?
And it broke me.
Oh, shit. But
it broke me for a moment. It broke me for a moment. You get stuck hanging around with the wrong people, wrong crowd, doing things you shouldn't be doing. And that kind of secludes you from everybody else. So then you start becoming a hermit, what my dad would call me.
Okay.
Because I went from being a social butterbee to just being to myself.
What do you mean? Like you're saying you're hanging out with the wrong people, but then you said you became a hermit. So it's just like close-knit group?
Well, like when I was at home, I just went in the room, closed the door, and that was it. Just leave me alone. I don't want to bother nobody. I don't need to be about family.
So too much of your friends. That's all you cared about.
Yeah.
Everybody else didn't matter.
No.
That teenage.
Like I didn't want to be around family or nothing. I just leave me alone.
For what, 6th, 7th, and 8th?
I would say, no, because middle school at that time was 7, 8, 9.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It was 7, 8, 9.
That was a
Middle
long time
school for
ago.
us. Yeah. You gotta go take it back.
So how did your parents, my grandparents, how did they react to that?
They didn't like it. They would tell me, it didn't really bother grandma too much, but grandpa would always be like, oh, there she goes being a hermit again in the room. There she goes being a hermit again in the room.
Yeah.
But instead of them trying to figure out why, they kind of just adapted to it.
They just let you be you.
Yeah. They just
But
let
was it
me
like
be.
you're mad at the world type of stuff, or just anything annoyed you, or?
No, just mad at the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just mad at the world. And then you just start hanging around people you shouldn't be hanging around.
Negativity. People
you
with
shouldn't
chips
be
on their
kicking
shoulder
with.
and shit. And
Well, just people who are doing things, whether it be gangs or, that's what it was. Just gangs, cliques, hanging around people you shouldn't be hanging around.
yeah.
And then you get involved in other stuff.
And so it was those 3 years, the whole 3 years?
Yeah.
Into high school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So what, all the high school, all the way to 12th grade?
No, I would say like in
10th
grade.
What happened? What was it
10th
that?
grade is when it kind of changed. I don't know. I think it's because I was in high school, different. You're older now.
More mature?
You got to figure out how to let things go. And kind of grow and I figured I'm in high school now. They say these are the best years. So let me try to figure out how to embrace that.
Okay.
And at that time, my group was kind of changing. Who I was hanging around was kind of changing.
So you had to let them go. They're going one way and you had to go another way. Okay. And then what group did you start hanging out with that?
Well, there were still party people, but just not like gang people.
Oh, okay. That was 10th grade.
Yeah.
So
I
the
was
last
10th
2
grade.
years was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Did your mood and attitude and all that change better at home as well?
No.
Hey, at least she's honest
Hey,
about
why
it.
sugarcoat
At least she's
it?
honest.
Yeah.
I think because you're young. You're young. You're in school.
Rebellious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you an only child or
No.
you're not an only child?
No.
So are
I'm
you
the middle child.
You're yeah,
makes
that's where the
sense
problems
now,
came
huh?
from. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Makes sense now. Yep. I'm that middle child that put all the gray hair on my dad's head.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
He's lucky he still has hair.
You know those middle kids how they are.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah, no.
I'll admit it.
So you said you had what were the other siblings?
I have a younger sister. I think she's about 5-6 years younger than me. Then I have a brother. I had a brother who's 11. We're 11 months apart, so like twins.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh.
very close.
Yeah, 11 months
Back to
apart.
back.
So
Yeah.
growing up, even people who seen us walking around would tell my mom, "Oh my God, you have twins," and it's like, no, we're not twins.
Oh, okay. So you guys were almost like twins.
Yeah.
Just different times.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got siblings, and then do you still talk to your siblings? Are you cool with them, or
Oh,
is
yeah.
there like, you know?
Oh no. We're real close.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we're all real close.
So what about after high school? What'd you do after? You go to college? You get a job?
After college,
College. Did I say college?
yeah.
High school.
That's what's after high school.
After high school.
Yeah,
Oh,
after
you
high
went to
school.
college. Oh, okay, my
I
bad.
tried going to college. I only went for maybe, I don't even know, like maybe 6 months, maybe.
Mhm.
And then I found out I was pregnant.
Oh man,
Oh,
I messed it all up.
see,
Then
messy
that
stuff up.
magic P word comes out. And then that's what stopped it. That's what kind of held me back, because I just now when you look back at it, it's more excuses. But in the moment, you're not thinking like, man, that's a long way to walk, being that big, walking from one end of the campus to the other end of the
Yeah.
campus. And so you're just like, excuses. They're just excuses. So I stopped going and figured once I have my son, then I'll go back. But yeah, that never happened.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people always do that.
Yeah.
I'll do it after next year. I'll do it, or once he starts walking, once he starts going, starts school, all this shit. So how else did that affect it? You weren't after you had me, I guess.
What do you mean?
Like, how did that affect your life? Like, what was different? You know what I mean? Or were you just like stay at home, or
Yeah, I ended up being a stay-at-home mom for
wait?
a while
And you met my dad when?
in high school.
Oh, okay.
Well, I met your dad in high school, 10th grade, the end of 10th grade year.
Oh, so that's the group you
That-
hang out with.
Yeah, that's what kind of changed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
Well,
We were actually from two
well,
different
tell us.
cliques.
Let's know. Everybody wants to know.
I know. We were
Shit, I wanna
actually from two different sides of the tracks. We hung out
Okay.
with two different groups of people.
So Romeo and Juliet type of shit.
Yeah, kind of Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Okay.
Bonnie and Clyde. And then in order for us to figure out, for us to be together and build something from that, we figured we got to leave this world behind. These people we got to leave behind. If we're going to have a family, move in together and do all this, we need to leave all that behind.
And how'd you guys meet? Because if you guys are on the opposite side of the tracks, there's so many reasons not to talk to each other, and you guys wanted to. So what was it that?
Because we were in the same school. We were in the same school together. And it's funny because I seen him getting his first fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's that?
You're like, oh, that's him right there.
Yeah, I was like, who's that? I was like, I want to know who he is. And then they're like, oh, his name is Robert. And I was like, oh, okay.
So who made the first move?
He did.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
gotta ask.
It was different. It was different
I was
back then.
curious, man.
It was
I know. I
different.
gotta
It was
ask.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I
it's
know, but
different
she's,
back
Well,
then.
for
she's
every-
savage, bro. She could have done the first move. I don't know. That's
true.
why I had to ask. I gotta
That's
double
true.
check with her.
No.
Okay. So then, after that, you stayed with them, right?
Yeah,
Or-
we were married
okay.
18 years.
God damn, that's a long ass
That's a
time.
long time.
18 years, bro.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah. 18
So
years.
you guys were together 18 years after you guys had me, and then how was love? What else like transitioned through life? You guys go through like a timeline.
Wow. We were married.
My bad. If there's any challenges, like once that was you know what I mean? Once you guys had me, what was the challenge?
Well, I think the challenge is just having a kid, because it's no longer about you two anymore. There's no you two time no more. It's not just about, okay, let's go
Are you
get up and
pointing at
just
me?
go and do
So
that.
so you could basically kind of tell Lupe about this, because as everybody knows, he's gonna be a new parent pretty soon.
Yeah.
So this is a special
There is
podcast
no
for him
us
too.
time no more. All that ends and you don't realize it. You don't realize how much you miss it. Not that you don't love your little family. It doesn't mean that. You miss just having alone time with your partner without having to worry about, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's hungry, he's feeding, he's sleeping. Don't wake him up. And all that stuff where you just want I think just adult time. You miss the adult time. So I think that we had to adapt to.
So you were needy, bro. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Just putting that out there.
Yeah. So get
No,
ready.
I think any couple has to adapt to that because you're so used to just you two being together. And then all of a sudden there's this baby in the picture and now you have to learn to share your time.
So you have only one kid or you have another kid?
I have 2.
Okay. So when did the other kid come into the picture?
3 years later?
Okay. So was that as hard as the first one to you, or was it a little easier? Was the transition easier?
Hey, you trying to
No.
do a comparison here or what? Hey, they're all hard, bro, in their own ways.
No,
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
no. Some
No,
are more
they're
needy
not.
than others.
Yeah, they are.
Oh shit! All
Same.
of a sudden, okay.
No, I would say, and I say it all the time, I would say my son was a lot easier to raise than my daughter. My
Okay.
daughter was harder. My daughter was definitely a lot harder.
Now, do you think that was just because it was a girl, or do you think it's just because different environments, different,
No,
situations
I think 'cause
in
it's
life?
a girl, she's more diva. She
Oh.
just happened to be more diva, more girly,
Okay.
Good
luck,
and so
Lupe.
Huh?
yeah,
Good
that's
luck.
what. Yeah. Good luck.
So she got a good uncle for her. She'll be fine.
Yeah, good luck.
It's okay. I got Sherry. She'll help me out.
Yeah, there
She'll
you
give me
go.
some
Oh
pointers.
yeah, see, I will.
I got her on speed dial. Like,
There
hey,
you
what
go.
do I do?
That's the person you got to call
Yeah,
right
What do
there.
I
there you
do?
go.
Okay.
So yeah, I had 2. In between us being married, we did lose a child at 6.5 months.
Okay.
We were 6.5 months, and then Then we had Priscilla. So they're like 3 years apart.
Okay. And then for that situation, because I know it's like something that's a touchy subject, some people don't talk about it. Obviously,
Yeah.
you brought it up on your own. How did that change you?
I would say it changed me in a fact that Thanksgiving was always my favorite holiday, and that happened to be the day that I lost the baby.
Oh, okay.
So, which kind of changed things for me because I didn't want to celebrate Thanksgiving anymore for a moment, and I just kind of stayed to myself, and I stopped working. I took time off work and just stayed to myself. I was just hurting.
Okay.
I was hurting. I was sad. I didn't get it. Why did it happen? And I couldn't figure out how to deal with that. And then my dad steps in and asks their dad, let me take her and Robert for the weekend. I'm going to take them camping. And he was like, yeah, take her. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to help her. Her pain is different than my pain.
Yeah.
And my dad took me. It was the best thing my dad could have done. We went up to Yucaipa. We went for the weekend. He took Robert fishing. They went up there hanging out the lake. And then my dad told me, go walk up the trail. Go do what you got to do. And go talk to Mother Nature and God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did.
And
I came back and I just felt like weight lifted off.
mm-hmm.
I felt better. I don't know what it was. The walk, the talk, the cry, the yell, the cuss, like all that made me like.
So that's what like helped you like switch
Move past
move
that.
past it. Like okay. Now it wasn't obviously in an instant. You felt lighter, like you said, but you still it took you some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I would say it took me probably like a good year and a half.
Okay.
So anybody else like watching or listening right now going through a similar situation, what would you tell them to help them?
I would say it's okay to not be okay. A lot of people will tell you it's okay, it wasn't meant to be. You hear that all the time. It's okay, it wasn't meant to be. It's not God's timing. You can always try again. You can always have another one. And I think to me, it's okay to not be okay. Like, don't let nobody tell you like move past it. You got to deal with that pain. You got to deal with that loss, that hurt. Deal with that, because if not, you're just putting it on the shelf, and at some point it has to arise. And so it's better just to deal with it. If you got to take time out to cry and be by yourself, do that time to heal, and then move past it. But don't leave it. You can't just ignore those emotions.
Yeah.
Which is what I try to do. Just try to ignore them.
Okay, so you basically didn't. So you said your dad's the one that helped you through that. Now, did you want somebody to reach out to you, or was it one of those where you're like, give me some time and I'll reach out on your own? Because everyone's different. But how was that for you?
I think for me it was one of those things where give me time in my mind back then, I'll think like, let me deal with it my way. But in all reality, I probably would have never looked for him. I would have never looked for anybody to talk to in reality.
Okay.
If you want to be real about it. Like,
Yeah.
that was just me telling myself that.
You were trying to be strong on your own, basically. I know some people. That's why I ask. Cause I know some people will be like, "Oh no, like I can handle it. Give me a second. I'll reach out when I'm ready." And it's like, okay, but are you really ready?
Are you really gonna reach out?
Yeah, and are you really gonna reach out, or is it does someone have to force their way in there and say, "Hey, okay, yeah, you're gonna reach out, but I'm gonna reach out first."
Yeah.
So okay.
I think there's just a fine line as to being like shoving it down somebody's throat and then kind of respecting space, but still being there.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. Like I said, I've never been through that. So and I know some people have never, but I know for those that
That have.
I just wanted to see.
Yeah. Is there any that I'm pretty sure that's helpful to a lot of people, a lot of women out there who are going through that. And what about if they're like stuck in that though? They can't be stuck in it too, right? Like
No,
there has to be a time that they do have to. Like it can't be 2 years, 3 years, or where it takes over their life, and they just sit in a room all day. Because I'm pretty sure there's some women that are like that, right?
Yeah, because the problem is when you get stuck there, then it's harder to get out.
Yeah.
You're staying stuck and you're so comfortable there that you don't even want to come out. You're just so comfortable feeling miserable, So then it's harder to get out. So at some point you have to move past those emotions.
Yeah. All right. And then, so that's for all the women that are going through that. Hopefully, there's not a lot out there, but, I'm pretty sure that's helpful to a lot of them. And after you kind of got that off your shoulders and, came down that hill a little bit better, how was, any other challenges in your mid 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s?
In my 30s, my early 30s, I was actually in the middle of planning my daughter, Priscilla. I was in the middle of planning your sister's quinceañera. We were in the middle of planning that when I found out that I had breast cancer.
Uh-huh.
So, but I think because I was so busy planning that it really didn't hit me like it should have hit me. Because I was so wrapped up in doing everything myself. At that time, we were already divorced. And so I'm trying to make sure this dream still comes true for her, even though we're divorced. Because she had always wanted a quinceañera since she was little. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. It's not fair. She shouldn't not have one because we're divorced. So we still did it. And then during that was my first diagnose of others to come, but of breast cancer. So they ended up doing a lumpectomy. And then I did a radiation. And we moved on from there. They said they got it. We were good. But like I said, when I look back at it, I don't think it really hit me like it would have normally hit me because I was so wrapped up in trying to take care of her and making sure the day was perfect or good. I was so wrapped up in that, I didn't have time for it to hit me. I just had to push through it.
Okay.
But given that, I'm a 5 times cancer survivor.
God damn.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, not 1, not 2, 5. So
that's some savage shit right there. For a lot of fucking people listening and watching, that's like some savage shit that you wouldn't see it by looking at her. That's why I say it doesn't matter about the weights you fucking lift or how fucking lean you are or how much money you got. Like that shit takes a different type of person. It'll change you, I would imagine, right?
Oh yeah. And and it is true. Like anybody who would look at me would never know it. They would never know that I've been through that. It was 3 times breast, 1 time hip, and 1 time uterus.
God damn.
Oh shoot.
And so during the whole process, it's been rough. Even when it was my second time I went through it, I didn't have no insurance. I applied for Medi-Cal and they denied me.
Oh, okay.
They just denied me.
So what you do in that instance?
And so I tried to appeal. The system that the government puts out for us when we need it is very difficult, I found, to deal with. So I struggled with that because I'm like, well, how do all these other people get all this other assistance?
Yeah.
And here I need it. I've worked since I was 15. I've never asked for no help. But here I need it because I'm sick now.
Yeah.
I need my treatment. How do I get it? And so while I'm appealing their opinion on it, saying that they denied me, while I'm appealing it, my son comes over and hands me an envelope saying, here, Mom, for my month's worth of treatment.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I can't take it. Like just use it for whatever you're going to use it. No, Mom, here, take it. Then after time passes, he comes back up to me and tells me, do you remember it?
No, I don't,
No?
honestly.
This is when I was living at your Aunt Veronica's in the back.
Okay.
He comes up to me and he's like, Mom, you know that envelope I gave you? I'm like, yeah, that wasn't from me. And I was like, what do you mean it wasn't from you? And I'm like, did he borrow money from somebody I'm going to have to pay back? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to figure this out. Like in my head, I started thinking like,
Yeah.
oh man, did he borrow it? Now they're asking for it back, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I started thinking. And then he's like, don't get mad. He didn't want me to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But now he said it's okay. And I'm like, okay. He's like, it's from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad, even though we're divorced, he's already moved on and in his relationship with somebody. And even though we were divorced, he paid for my whole month's treatment.
Okay.
Cash.
Damn.
Because he had said, you wouldn't be going through this alone if it wasn't for the choices I made.
Yeah.
That hit.
Okay.
You know, and I think it's bad enough you have to go through it and then to go through it alone. Not alone as in you have family, you have your support. Alone as in you don't have a partner.
Mm-hmm.
That hits different, you know, but I'll forever be grateful for him doing that, you know. And then like the next month came in and Medi-Cal approved it.
Okay.
Medi-Cal approved it. We were back in. We were doing everything we needed to do, my treatments and everything. And then we went in remission again. We're back. We're back in business. We're good to go. We beat it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, and then it comes back again.
Damn. And then was that breast cancer? The third time, was that still breast cancer or was that
Still breast cancer.
still breast cancer? Okay.
The third time was a hip.
The hip, okay.
That was the hip. That
So-
was when I was living at my ex-mother-in-law's.
So out of all of those that, you know, you say you've had a couple times, which one do you feel was the one that hit you the hardest? Because obviously one of them had you feel like, damn, I feel it more this time.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I would say the last one, 2014.
Okay.
I would say my last time that I had in 2014, because it was not only breast cancer. After I was done and put in remission from everything, from my chemo, my radiation,
Mm-hmm.
I struggled a lot with eating, sleeping, resting. He knows. Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
I struggled a lot with eating. I mean, I would fight like a 2-year-old with Priscilla when she made me food. Like, I don't want it. You're wasting your time. Like, I just got tired of throwing up and everything tasting different.
Yeah.
Because of all this chemical in my body.
Mm-hmm.
It was so bad that she even had to try some Mary Jane.
Yeah, I did.
Funny story.
I've never-
You want to let them know about that? 'Cause
Was that your
that's a
first
funny
time?
story.
Was that your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never. And I was even leery about doing it.
Okay.
And I even said, like, I don't want none of that lace stuff that they're doing. Like, I want old school backyard, homegrown.
Oh, okay.
Cheech and Chong shit or what?
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't want that top shelf. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
And they were like, it's going to help you sleep. It'll give you the munchies. And my kids were even like, we don't even care if it's junk food, just as long as you're eating food.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even care if it's chips, you know, as long as you're putting something in your stomach, like, versus nothing. So I did do that. I ended up doing that. Funny story to that. Tried to make homemade brownies.
Yeah. Back then, it wasn't like dispensaries now where you could go buy shit.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then, you had to have a certain card.
Oh, that medical card.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
even like
Okay.
there wasn't even so many shops back then, so we had to make them.
Oh,
So we
okay.
had to
Yeah.
get the weed and fucking try to figure out how to make them.
Mm-hmm. A
But
chemist.
she did. Betty Crocker over here.
Well, I did. I YouTubed it.
Yeah.
You got
I
everything.
YouTubed it.
YouTube,
Yeah.
YouTube University right there.
Okay.
I YouTubed it, and I thought I made them wrong, and I made them like probably about that big, like big old brick sizes.
Okay.
I cut them, and I put them in a Tupperware bowl. And then at that evening, when I wasn't feeling good, I was like, let me put them in my room by the side of the dresser. When I'm not feeling good, I could start eating some.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it, and I'm sitting there watching TV, sipping on milk, eating a brownie, one down, that big, one down. I don't feel nothing. Did I not make it right? I followed everything in the rules.
Yeah, we're thinking it's like we didn't do something right or
Yeah.
something
Like,
happened. It
I
got
missed
burned off in
something.
the oven
I
or
probably
some
didn't know
shit.
what I was doing. I probably overdid it, cooked it, something, didn't mix something, or took something out. I just threw everything in. Let's try another one.
And then she was saying they're good too. She's like, well, I can't taste no
You-
weed and I don't feel
they
nothing, but they
taste-
taste really good
yeah.
brownies. Like, this is a really good batch.
It tasted like a brownie. You wouldn't even know there was weed in there.
Oh shit.
So then I go 3. Then I go 4. I ate a total of 4 that big.
So how'd that go?
And I'm sitting down and I'm like, yeah, this was all bad. This was just a fail. It didn't work. And all of a sudden, I was so bad that I was using a walker because I couldn't walk.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean because of my chemo, my radiation.
Okay.
I was using a walker to get around. And so I get the walker and I get up from the bed to go to the restroom. And as soon as I like step off, like it's like the whole, like I stood still, but the whole room just, boom. And I was like, oh my God. Did I move too fast? Let me sit back down. So I sit back down and I'm like, okay, let's try that again. And I get up and then I'm just like, oh my God. And I grab the walker. He's in the living room because him and my daughter Priscilla would take turns. They would take turns coming and taking care of me at the house, you know, because they work different shifts. So they would take turns, you know, taking care of me, watching me, or he would be in the living room, you know, lay on the couch while I was sleeping in the room in case I needed anything. That night, it was he was on deck.
It was my shift.
Of course,
It was his watch.
It had to be my fucking shift.
Yeah.
I walk out of the I walk out of the room. The living room's on the other side of the house, and I just start yelling for him. And I start hollering and hollering, Junior, come here, Junior. And I'm trying to hang on to the walker, and I'm trying to walk out the room, and I'm just struggling. And he comes running, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't. I'm just telling him I can't. And he's like, what? What do you mean? What's wrong? And then I was like, shh. Do you hear that? He's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my heart, it's pumping so loud and I don't want to hear it. Make it stop.
I started dying, bro. I was like, calm down, relax. You ate a shitload of brownies. Like, relax. She's like, no, you don't fucking understand. Like, I could hear it. Like, I could never hear it. Like, she was fucking tripping out.
I
bro.
was flipping out and I was like, it was like, you need to call the ambulance.
She's like, why are you laughing? It is not funny.
I was like, this isn't funny. This is serious. Yeah. Like, my heart's going to come out of my body right now. He's like, I didn't even have to go to the restroom no more. Like that, we left the building. And then he walked me back to the room, helped me get back in the bed, put the blanket on me. And he's just rubbing the bottom of my leg. He's like, Mom, it's all right. I'm not going to go nowhere. It's all right, Mom. I'm right here. Just relax. He's trying to get me to calm down. Finally, I end up knocking out. The next morning, the whole batch went in the trash. Whole batch.
You dug it out after, huh?
Huh?
You dug it out, huh?
Shh, don't tell nobody, bro. Why you gotta expose me like that?
You didn't have to answer.
That was good product right there, bro.
Yeah, that's the only time that I've done that, and it did help. Because even the first time that I smoked it, I don't even know. You remember when I got the munchies?
Yeah.
I came in the living room. Priscilla happened to be there with Savannah, and she was eating chips, and I just remember grabbing a whole bunch. Like I had never had Doritos before. And he said I was drinking my cranberry juice, like gulping it, like I was dehydrated.
Like we just found her in the desert.
Yeah, I was like,
like that was the only fucking she hasn't drank in like 2-3 days.
Oh shoot, damn, some good stuff then. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So what would you say to somebody else going through that right now or dealing with that or?
Would you recommend that, like going that route?
I would definitely recommend it. I know I was leery about it, about doing it, trying it. I didn't want my granddaughter to know. I didn't want my daughter to know. It just ended up staying between him and I for the longest. And I let him know, like, don't tell your sister, don't tell nobody, like, just keep this between you and I. He's like, all right, Mom. So he would go with me outside in the backyard while I smoked and then help me walk back in the house.
Yeah.
And, but no, I would definitely, it helped me sleep. It gave me the munchies. It helped with the pain, because the pain, anybody who goes through cancer knows what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You don't wish it on your worst enemy. You know, your body is just stripped of everything. And you're in so much pain, nothing takes it away. Nothing. Like, you pray so much and ask so much, it doesn't go away. You just want it to stop. You know, at some point I just want to stop and get rest. So when I did do that, I was able to. You know what I mean? I was able to sleep, eat, and do things, you know, and which made it better because then they were happier, of course.
Yeah.
You know, because she's eating, you know, she's okay, she's moving around a little bit more, she's sleeping, she's resting.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But even after that, in 2014, not only breast cancer, once I was done 6 months chemo and radiation, 4 months later, I found out it's in my uterus.
So it had moved? Is that what happened?
It came back in my uterus. It was stage 1 in my uterus.
Okay.
And this time the doctor tells me, we got to do emergency surgery. We got to get in there. We got to do a hysterectomy. We got to get everything out. Like right now it's stage 1. We got to do this. What we got to do, Sherry? Yeah, I walked out of the doctor's office and said, yeah, you're not cutting me open. You're not doing nothing. That was my first instant reaction. Like, I think reality hadn't hit. Like, no, it can't be back.
Yeah.
Like, how many times could this happen?
Yeah.
And I went home, told him, told Robert, told my daughter, told my parents, my sister, my brother. Yeah, I know you guys don't agree with me. You don't see it. You may not understand it. I just need you guys to be there, but I'm not going to do surgery. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, and of course their responses were, so what, you're just going to give up? You know, and my response was like, what's easy for you to say? You're not in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm tired. Physically, I'm tired. Mentally, I'm tired. But after 2 weeks, then reality sets in. You know, and you're like, well, if I don't do nothing about it, you already know the outcome.
Yeah.
It's just going to spread.
So you had to basically pep talk your way back into basically be a savage. Mm-hmm. You had to make a choice of like, am I going to just let it be, or am I going to do something about it?
Or are we going to do this? Like, let's do this.
Was there something specific that happened? Like you said, 2 weeks. Like, I know you thought about it a lot, but was it something you seen, something you heard somebody talk to you, anything that happened where you're like a switch flipped and you're like, no, I have to do something?
I think it was just more like my kids in Savannah. Mm-hmm. You know, Savannah was small. So I think it was more that, like, dang, like, I want to be able to see her grow up.
Okay.
Like, what am I going to miss out on? Like, my kids. And not only that, they had already lost their dad. Mm-hmm. You know, and so then I'm like, well, they can't lose another parent.
Yeah.
Like, if I just don't do nothing, then we already know what the outcome's going to be. You know? And so I'm like, no. Like, the one thing when their father got sick, because he passed away from pancreatic cancer. And he was like, promise me you're never going to stop fighting. Like, no matter what, Sherry. And I'm like, no, I promise you. Like, our kids need one parent. Promise me you're not going to stop fighting. Yeah. So then that just like, all those things just came back to my memory. You know, where like, okay, Sherry, like, no, we're just going to have to figure it out and do it. Whatever's meant to be will be. But you not doing nothing is not an option. Yeah. That's not an option. You're just giving up. You are just giving up. So I called my doctor and told him, let's schedule it. We get in there and he's like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest with you. You just finished chemo and radiation. You got 50-50 chance making it off that table. I'm like, okay, maybe I want to go back maybe I want to go back home
you
after
said,
all.
Hold on, wait, what?
Yeah, did I hear you right? One thing about my doctor is this doctor, he's passed, we just recently lost him. He just recently passed away. But he has been my same doctor from day one. From my first battle with cancer. Okay. He has been the same doctor that's walked with me through everything. Amazing, amazing doctor. And I'm like, 50-50 chance. All I have to say, Sherry, is I'm going to go in there. Me and my team are going to do everything we can do. Yeah. To help you get off that table. You just got to do your part. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm just going to lay there. What do you want me to do? So at that point, I was remarried for the second time. Mm-hmm. At that time, unfortunately, you find out how people really are. That's when my husband at the time decides this is not what he signed up for. Fuck that guy. He can't deal with nobody sick. He don't know what to tell me. He doesn't love me. Yeah. And he does all this in front of my daughter. And of course she goes off on him and I'm just like, stop. You know, we just got to deal with this right now. Yeah. We can't deal with your emotions. Let's just deal with this. And so I had to get all my will and everything back in order, because I'm like, if I don't make it off this table, we're still legally married.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need him having that much power over everything. So I went, got everything notarized, switched over, gave him an envelope. And I was like, if I don't make it off this table, you open it. Everything's taken care of, open it. And he's like, all right, Mom, don't open it unless I don't make it off that table. That's the only time you open it. He's like, okay. And I handed it to him, and I'm like, everything's plain and simple in there. And he's like, all right. And I made it off the table.
Yeah, thankfully that letter never got opened.
Never got opened.
Yeah.
It never got opened.
Yeah, but you did still have a hard time recovering.
I did.
And then we got to see, like you said, how certain people are at your lowest.
Yes.
So can you talk about that, how that made you feel, and you know what I mean? What was the hardest part?
I think that is the time when I reached out to a cancer support group.
Okay.
Just because I felt like, am I the only person that goes through this?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be other people that have dealt with cancer as much times as I have. And their husbands leave them. Like, they don't want nothing to do with them anymore. Like, I can't be the only person on the face of this earth. When I joined a support group, one of the ladies there that I bonded with, Miss Pat, give you a shout out. Amazing woman. And it's crazy because she's battled cancer, I want to say 3 times. I think it's two or three times she's battled cancer. And her husband left her. Her husband did the same thing my ex-husband did.
Mm.
So her and I kind of bonded over that. And we called each other all the time. Cried, yelled, cussed, prayed. We did encouraged. We did everything, you know. And I think that helped us uplift each other, where there's nothing wrong with us. It's not us. It's ugly. Ugly can always come fake, but it will always arise. You know, it can come covered, shields, but it can't stay fake forever.
Yeah.
It has to surface.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it made me realize, like, I guess, be more aware of how people are. You know, where not everybody's as true as they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so, but I would definitely recommend 100% by far a support group.
Okay.
Your family is one support. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very grateful for my family. But that's different because they haven't walked in the actual shoes of what I've been through. They see me, they feel for me. You know, like, damn, she's hurting. Like, they feel some type of way, but they don't know, you know, what it's like to actually go through it when you're tired, when you just want to give up. There's times where you want to give up and you have to fight. And I remember a really close cousin telling me one time, Sherry, when you feel like you can't, just hang on to God. I was mad because I'm like, this is not my first rodeo. Like, I'm mad. I don't get it. Why? What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a good person. What am I doing wrong? And then I got mad and I did tell her, well, what if I can't hang on? What if I'm so tired and fed up I can't hang on to God?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, she turned around and she told me, then that's when you ask him to grab you. And that's deep. You know, for anybody who has a relationship with God, and there are times we are human and we're just where we want to separate because we're mad. You know, when you go through something like, I'm done, like, I'm mad at you, God, right now, God. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to listen to you. And that's when she was like, nope, that's when you ask him to hang on to you and don't let go.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, you know, and I was like, okay, let's do this, you know. And then I just remembered, if I made it through the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, then there's a purpose, there's a reason. And I just have to keep fighting. You know what I mean? After everything I've been through, that's when I realized, like, you were built for this. That's why you're going through it. And is it fair? No, it's not fair. You know, life isn't fair. But you have to figure out how to push through it. So then after everything's all done and over with, they get the cancer there. I make it off the table. I'm done. I'm good. I'm in remission. But I'm still not feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, chemo has side effects. And then I end up with lupus because of the chemo.
So for those people that don't know what lupus is, can you give us a little bit of a
It's an
description?
autoimmune disease.
Okay.
So it basically just attacks all your organs in your body,
Okay.
whether it be your liver, your kidneys, your brain, your heart, like all your major organs. It tears them down against you.
Okay.
Sometimes it may feel like somebody ran you over a bus, or semi, 10 times, and you got to figure out how to get out of bed, and you got to figure out how to push through it. I remember when I got it, my doctor told me, you can try to get disability. And in my mind, I was thinking, disability? Look how old I am.
Did you know what lupus was? Because I remember I learned when you got it, I was like, what the fuck is lupus? I don't even know what this is or how bad it is.
Yeah.
So you didn't know either.
No, I had no clue what it was. So I started researching, looking it up. And then it was crazy because one of the ladies in our support group, in the cancer support group, had lupus too.
Oh, okay.
So then she started sending me stuff, educating me. And she's the one who told me, because they wanted to put me on medication. But I had just finished all this other medication. So I'm just like, you just want to give me more stuff to put in my body that probably has more side effects when I had to put this poison to kill everything in me. I'm like, I don't want no medication. I don't want nothing. I didn't want nothing to do with medication at that point. She's the one who told me, if you try, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, moringa.
Oh yeah, the plant, like a plant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And turmeric.
Okay.
She said, I've been taking that to keep myself controlled. It's a natural way. Try it and see if it works. I'm like, well, at this point, I don't have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and it's just a plant.
I would break out I have scars because I would break out in butterfly rashes. The sun is your worst enemy. The sun is your worst enemy. So you have to learn to adapt. You have to learn, you have to remind yourself, okay, I've been out here for a little bit. Let me go back in. Or I got to cover up. Or I got to put a hat. I got to put sunblock. Certain things. Or I can't go here. I can't go there. I shouldn't.
Stuff that you would normally do, that you wouldn't second guess it. Now you have to
Yeah.
second guess everything.
Yeah.
The diet too, right?
Yes.
I knew your diet had a big ass change.
Yes. And then when we couldn't get it under control, my levels were horrible. And
This was I mean to cut you off, but this is more recent, right?
Yes, this was what?
This is fast forwarding now.
Yeah, fast forwarding.
Yeah.
This is 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
4 years ago. And I started having a really hard time with my lupus. And my levels were just crazy. And the doctor turns around and tells me, you really need to give up red meat. That's triggering your lupus. You need to give it up.
Okay.
So 4 years ago, cold turkey, not even nothing. I just gave up red meat. And I love steaks. I love when he smokes ribs. I love all that stuff. But I started thinking, if I got to give it up to feel better, then that's what I have to do. I'm trying to get better. And I don't want to take the medication. So it's either take the medication and have a balance, or try giving up red meat and see, let's get you back where you need to be. So and my lupus was stage 4 at that point.
What's the highest stage?
4.
Yeah. I remember her telling me that shit was
Stage
the
4 on my
worst.
liver.
Oh.
It was on my liver, stage 4. It started already attacking my liver. So I'm like, shoot. So that was enough to scare me. I'm not second guessing, okay, well, no, let me have a cheat day. No, I quit cold turkey. Remember? I quit cold turkey.
And like you said, I remember we didn't realize how much red meat, how much you consume of it, where it's at. So we had to start eating different places, or she started cooking different too, because she had to adapt to her new diet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't realize.
I would see that she's like, no red meat, no red meat.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, ever since I met her, it was like, oh, no red meats. That's why when we bring that mac and cheese, we make her her own separate one,
Yeah.
No
Turkey.
yeah.
Turkey bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, turkey bacon, but I mean, it makes sense. You know, 'cause you're saying, yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then I gave up the red meat. And then what? Last year.
Was it last year?
It was last year.
Yeah.
Because we're barely in February. It was last year.
So it got better though after the red meat.
Yeah, it got better after the red meat. We were stabilized. That, like I said, that was 4 years ago. We were doing good. And then we started doing bad again. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. What? Then my doctor says, I want you to cut out all major carbs.
Damn.
Major carbs? Like, we're Mexican.
Tortillas, man. Tortillas.
And I said, well, what do you mean like major carbs? And he's just like, basically, tortillas, bread, pasta, potatoes, and what's the other one?
Rice.
And rice were the 5 main things he said to stay away from. And he's like, and I go, well, what if I go to a barbecue? It was my birthday. That's when it happened. It was the week before or 2 days or something before my birthday in July that he tells me to cut out carbs. I can't even have a cake for my birthday. What the heck?
Guess not.
And he said, if you feel like you're at a barbecue and you need to have potato salad, you want it, you have 1 tablespoon. That's it. Like, do you know what that looks like on your plate? Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing at all.
Damn.
Because I did
and you struggle with that. Like when the doctor even told her, like she had a little breakdown because that's like, you know what I mean? That's what most people
rice,
eat. And she had a lot of that, like everybody does, you know what I mean? You'll have it on the side. So she struggled. She was like, well, she can't have red meat. Now she can't have fucking carbs, like bread, tortilla, even if it's moderation, like she's not supposed to have it. Every time she's having it, she's essentially hurting her body. And so she fucking struggled because she's like, I'm already cut so much shit out. What else? After having cancer and fucking so many times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very fucking,
and
I remember that.
To this day, I struggle with the carbs. I do struggle with the carbs. I do. I'm more aware of it, but I do struggle. Because he'll see me and he'll be like, you weren't supposed to even eat that, were you? And I'm just like, oh.
He does shit like that.
I should have hurried up and ate it before he walked in.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
No, I do that. Why'd you eat
I'm
that
like,
shit?
my conscience. It's like my conscience walking
I'll just
around.
look at her. I'll just give her a side eye. Just look at her. Sometimes I won't say nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's good at the same time because I'm like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have had that. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you feel like shit after too.
Yeah.
Sometimes she pays for it.
I do.
Oh.
I do. Sometimes I pay for it after, and he's like, see, why did you have it? Why did you have it?
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I told you so.
Yeah, because one time with the red meat, when I gave up the red meat, Priscilla wanted to treat me, I think it's for Mother's Day or something, to go eat. And we went to the Hat because she goes, Mom, where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. It's Mother's Day. I haven't been eating red meat all this time. What's one time? And she goes, well, where do you want to go? And she doesn't stop me. She's opposite of him.
Oh.
Priscilla's green light, he's red light.
Oh, shit. You need a yellow light. You need, like, the between person there.
That's you right there.
Yeah. And so I tell her, you know what I miss? The pastrami sandwich from the Hat.
Oh,
My God, that'd be so bomb right now. She's like, let's go, Mom. I'll treat you. We go. We get in the car. We're sitting in the car. We're eating. I took maybe 2 bites from my sandwich. And I looked at her. I said, we have to go.
Oh.
She's like all grubbing on her food and her chili fries. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, no, we got to go. I don't feel good. This is bad. We need to get back to the house.
Okay.
My stomach started cramping. My stomach started hurting. I just didn't feel good. I started getting clammy, sweaty. We get to the house. I rush all the way to the bathroom. It all comes back out. I just vomit it all out.
Oh, your body rejected it. It was just like, nope.
And I was fine afterwards.
Oh. It just
my body was just like, what
nope.
the hell are you doing?
And it was like instant. It wasn't
Yes.
like a couple hours later. It was like right there. Like, nope, you're not having this.
Mm-hmm. And you know how greasy they are.
Yeah.
And how bad but good it is.
Yeah. I mean, not recently, I've been good. My conscience over here can start talking.
Yeah.
Right? But no, I do struggle. So it's just a point of getting it because we've gotten as low as between 1 and 2.
Okay.
Stage 1 and 2, which is good. I mean, I wish it was at 0
they said
or 1.
you can't ever get rid of it, right? It's
No,
forever.
It's forever.
Yeah.
There is no cure for lupus. Unfortunately, there is no cure for it. You got it. That's it.
Okay.
It's just a matter of managing it, maintaining it, and finding out what your triggers are because everybody's are different. And I remember when the doctor told me no carbs, it, like he said, I had a breakdown because I was mad. Like, dang, what the heck else? Like, are you going to take from me? And even on my social media, I'll put on there, you know what I mean? Lupus sucks.
Yeah.
Lupus sucks. Fuck lupus. Like, I get mad sometimes.
Fuck Lupe.
Yeah,
man,
him
I was
too.
like, fuck that guy.
No, because you get mad. Like, how much more do you got to sacrifice? How much more do you got to give up?
Yeah.
To be okay. To be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's either that. If I wouldn't do those, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And also, you go to the gym too, right? Mm-hmm. So you do that. That changed too because of the lifestyle, right?
Yes.
That helps too, right?
Yes.
The doctor told you that. Mm-hmm. That's only gonna benefit you.
Yes.
How's that? You struggle? Is it easy?
Oh no, I actually was good for a while, but lately I struggle with it.
Okay.
Lately I struggle with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an age thing, time thing. I don't know what it is. But lately I feel like I can't work out alone. But yet I like having the gym to myself, if that makes any sense.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people I can't relate to that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people understand you and can relate to that.
Yeah, like I don't like working out alone. And to me, like I don't need somebody there to talk to, but just work out. You do your workout, I do my workout, and we're good. I don't know what it is. It's like a loneliness thing I'm going through. I don't know what it is. If it's an age thing or what. But lately I've been struggling the past few months with that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just a matter of pushing through that.
So what are your future plans? What, moving forward? So you say you're struggling, mm-hmm. right? And you have a lot going on your plate.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
What do you think? What do you think's the best way to overcome that?
Well, what I started doing again was 30-day challenges.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So like right now I'm doing a squat one. So
how does that work for people that don't understand?
It's broken down already on a calendar. So day 1 was today, and it's 50 squats today, and every day it just adds squats.
Body weight or with the weight?
No, it's the things just for anybody.
Oh, just squats.
Just squats.
Okay,
Squats.
yeah, body weight squats.
Yeah, just regular squats. And at the end of the 30 days, you're at 250 squats.
No rest days?
There are, I think, like maybe 3 rest days in the calendar.
Yeah.
There's like 3 rest days, maybe 4.
And have you done these before, or is it something you like to do?
I have done it before, and I did like it.
Oh, okay.
I did like it, so that's why I figured, since I'm having trouble right now getting to the gym to do that, but I do feel the difference. I haven't gone to the gym, in 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. And I do feel the difference, and I miss it. Like, I miss that feeling. I miss feeling that good. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to improvise right now until I figure something else out. So that's why I figured, you know what, let me start doing the 30-day challenge again. This way, at least I'm getting some kind of workout in.
You get a routine.
Yeah.
You get a routine that you have to do it every day. And I think you said you do it with other people, right?
Yes.
So it's the same as a community.
I invite other women. Yeah. I'll invite other women to do it with me.
So some people are, like you said, a community. That's what you
mm-hmm.
like.
Yeah.
Like we had a community in the gym. Same people want the same thing. So since you don't have that, like some savage shit, you had to kind of create your own. Even though you're not with them, you're with them like in spirit and, you know what I mean, motivation mm-hmm. on the text and everything, right? Yeah,
because we'll do a group text. I'll invite everybody like separately. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this challenge. Are you down to do it with me? Some say no, some say yeah. So then whoever says yeah, then I'm like, are you okay with me putting you in a group chat so we can motivate each other? And so we're accountable. It's just all the honor system.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, whoever wants to do it, they're usually like, yeah.
And what about if there is somebody watching around right now listening that they do want to? Where can they find you? Like your social media?
On my social media, Warrior for Life.
Oh, that's the perfect name right there too, huh?
Warrior for Life on my Instagram.
Instagram, that's the best way for them to get a hold of you so that if they do want to get in any challenge or communicate with you, ask you any questions, maybe they need help, some support too.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get a hold of you.
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Definitely reach out, PM me, friend request me. Yeah, definitely. Whether it has to do with losing a baby, fighting cancer, lupus, or any kind of autoimmune disease, sickness.
Yeah.
Fighting anything, ain't feeling down about anything, going through a divorce, going through something, reach out. I can relate.
Yeah. And then at the same time, they want to give you some encouraging words too, because you've been through a lot. Maybe somebody else has been through a lot too, and they want to let you know, like with the gym thing, maybe somebody's going through that right now, and they could kind of help you out, maybe figure out a solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than the 30-day challenge, something else.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Anybody looking for a workout partner? I go have Planet Fitness. and I would like to go at 3:30 in the morning. Let me know. Meet me there.
Yeah, that's some savage shit right there too.
It's early, yeah.
I know, because I go before work. That's why.
I think we all do that.
So have you always done that?
No, I have not always done. I used to go after work.
Why did that change, and how do you feel? Do you notice the difference?
Oh yeah. I used to go after work, and I guess I started realizing like my job is physical. I'm on my feet 7 hours a day. And then I go to the gym after work, and I was beat. Like I was literally beat. And I'm like dragging on the treadmill. I'm dragging physically, trying to even get through the workout. I'm just tired. I get home and I'm just like throwing myself on the bed like I'm over it. I'm done. Like put me in an ice bath just so everything can numb. And you think it's funny? Wait till you hear your 50s watch.
Yeah, giggling over there, bro.
I already feel like that sometimes.
Oh, wait till it's those 50s that hit
feel
different,
like,
man.
I feel like I've been in my 50s for a while.
It's
You look like you've been in 50s
I
for a while.
know. Yeah, I fucking party like I should have been in my 50s. God damn.
But then you and I started talking.
Yeah.
You and I started talking, and he recommended, why don't you try going out in the morning? We'll go working out in the morning before work. Maybe you'll feel more like refreshed, like you'll feel like pumped, ready.
Yeah.
I was like, I am not getting up early in the morning.
Yeah, she shut that shit down quick.
Yeah,
For a while.
I did. He was trying to be all positive and motivate, and I was like,
Nope.
Nope, shut it down.
Yeah.
And then I just started thinking about it, like, oh, I can't do this after work no more. Like, it's really kicking my butt. And then I talked with one of my girlfriends, Sabrina, and I told her, hey, I'm really thinking about I probably should try the morning, like Robert was saying. She's like, try it, like, see. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try it. And no, I was like, oh yeah, I should have tried this a long time ago.
Yeah, he was right again.
Rarely I'm right. Yeah.
Just because I told him, like, when I get to work, I feel like, okay, you're pumped. You're like, good, you're ready. I work out at the gym, I shower, and I go work, ready to go. I'm not sluggish. I'm not tired. I'm not drained.
Show up in a good mood.
Yeah. Like you're ready to run your day.
Yeah, and then people look at you like, why is she so happy? Yeah.
No, even the girls at work, my kitchen crew, they're even like, oh, you look like you're losing weight. And I'm like, you think so? I don't know. And then they're like, yeah, no. Like, we haven't seen you in a while when we came back from the Christmas break. They're like, no, you look like you've lost some weight since then. And I was like, oh, no, thanks, though. I've just been trying to go to the gym in the morning.
She's a savage, and she's humble, too. I like that. I like that.
Hell yeah.
So, no, it's definitely been a work in progress, but I am very, very grateful to be here.
Well, we're happy you're here, too.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And you want to let them know what's your future? Any goals or any plans you have for the rest of this year, 2024?
Try to lose weight.
So that's still the goal.
Yeah, try to lose weight. I only have
how much are you and how much you want to lose?
How much do I weigh now?
Yeah.
Dang.
Or just how much you trying to lose.
Okay, I'll put what I started at.
Okay, where'd you
Let me
start
put
at?
what I started at.
It could help somebody else because they're at that same weight.
Oh,
Yeah.
first, we started the podcast with how old are you, and now you're gonna how much you weigh.
Hey, bro, this is raw fucking uncut. You know what I'm saying? You come on the Savage podcast, bro. She's been through so much shit. This ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I started at.
He's a yellow light. See, that's why
You
he's
know
like,
what's crazy is I started at 260. That's almost 300 pounds. I'm like, dang. Like, when I look at pictures or something, I'm like, dang. You know, you don't realize how out of control a number can be.
Yeah.
You get comfortable just walking and carrying it around. You know what I mean? And then, but I started at 230. But since this whole, you know what I mean, giving up red meat, carb, and going to the gym more, right now I'm at 237.
Okay.
But that has been an up and down 4-year struggle to get to there.
So you started 260, and then
I'm at 237.
237.
Right now.
Okay.
So my goal is 37 more pounds.
Okay.
200.
Yeah, my goal is 200.
Okay.
My goal is to get to 200. That is my goal for the year. To get to 200 and put lupus back where it belongs on fucking lockdown.
That's right. Send that shit where it came back from.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep that shit where it belongs on lockdown.
You got this.
Yeah.
You know you do.
Hell yeah.
So those are my goals this year. It's just staying focused on that, my health, keeping my health in check.
And feeling good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share with everybody?
Um,
Any message you got? A final message to anybody listening to this?
I would say my favorite quote I would always say and I would like to share with everybody is always remember to love yourself and don't you dare cheat yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then what good are you to anybody else? You're no good to nobody else. You know, it all starts from within and nobody can feed it to you. And nobody can take it from you. You know, you got to give it to yourself first. It all starts from, you know, loving yourself and feeding yourself in order for you to spread it out everywhere else.
Yeah.
Whether it be to your kids, your partners, your spouses, whoever. You know what I mean?
And I know you post that quote all the time.
Yeah.
Something similar on
Yeah.
your workouts, right?
Yeah. Remember that self-love is required.
Don't you dare
even
yeah.
cheat yourself.
There you go.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And then their social media one more time.
It is Warrior for Life.
Warrior for Life
Warrior
on
for
Instagram.
Life. On Instagram. That'd be me.
Okay.
So just like that, just warrior and then 4 and then life.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And what about yours? In case they wanna, you know what I mean? See Lupe.
Savage.
Get hold of you.
No, Savage MR_2.
What was that?
Savage MR_2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And mine's is Damage to Savage. TikTok and Instagram. And I'm posting shit every day too, workout shit every day too. I tag everybody in different shit. So if you guys want, go check that shit out. If you guys need some motivation. And please share this with somebody you think would benefit from it. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments. Let us subscribe if you haven't yet, and like it for sure. Like it for Warrior One right here, Sunshine, aka
right.
my mama.
Yep.
Without her, this would not be possible. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Sherry.
having me.
And for sure, we look forward to having you back again.
Definitely.
And I think that's about it.
Next episode, are we diving into you?
Sure.
That's right.
All the time.
That's right.
Anytime.
I just had a lot of questions for you, but that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be a whole
for
different
sure.
podcast. So I know the viewers, they're probably like wondering about
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, got you.
Curious minds
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All the admirers.
But you guys gotta come back for the next one.
That's
Check that
right.
one out.
Find out about Robert, the real Robert.
Oh shit.
Subscribe and find out.
All right. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Good night.